2026年7月，曲婉婷在加拿大华人媒体访谈当中自曝得了癌症。由于网友都是祝福癌症的，不是祝福她的，她又在 Instagram 发长文，表示我已经忍了太久了，回击网友，表示母亲被冤枉了，她被网暴了，可见她的厚脸皮。这是她长文的完整翻译。我的名字是婉婷，婉婷寓意温婉娴静，姓氏为曲，曲代表乐曲音律。我出生在中国哈尔滨，彼时正值独生子女政策推行时期，儿时没有兄弟姐妹一同玩耍，我常常倍感孤单。但这份独处也教会我向内审视自我，深度自省，始终对世界保有好奇心。我在一众表兄弟姐妹里年纪最小，家庭聚餐时我大多沉默寡言，可只要开口歌唱，我就不再觉得自己是透明人，能让家人们展露笑容，让我真切感受到自己存在的价值。我拥有可以分享奉献的东西。上高中后，妈妈让我剪了短发，希望我专心读书，别分心在意男生，效果倒是立竿见影，完全没有人对我抱有好感，朋友们全都把我当成兄弟看待，我一点都不觉得自己好看，十分自卑。我内心藏着满腔热忱，只盼有人能看穿外表，读懂我的内心。我的宿舍有4张上下铺，一共住着8个女生，所有人都比我年长，我很难融入集体，时常陷入孤独。朋友的吉他成了我的慰藉，借着音乐，我找到了能够尽情抒发自我，收获快乐的一方天地。16岁那年，我远赴加拿大，远离家人、儿时玩伴以及我熟悉的一切。年纪尚小的我骤然要独自闯荡一个全然陌生的国度。那段日子我倍感孤独，但这段经历也磨砺了我，让我变得更坚强、更独立。时光流转，我留长了头发，从前那份挥之不去的孤独反倒成了我音乐创作的源泉。尽管母亲始终不看好我走音乐这条路，我还是慢慢找到了属于自己的创作风格，在当地乐坛收获了些许认可。我在网络发布原创小样与现场演唱视频，以独立音乐人的身份收获了数十万听众。等攒够足够的作品后，我录制完成了人生第1张专辑。我的专辑吸引了加拿大 Network 唱片与环球音乐亚洲分部的注意，2家公司与我签约。而你猜发生了什么？我的首张正式专辑销量斩获多白金认证，这张专辑为我拿下年度最佳新人、年度最佳创作歌手2项大奖。单曲《我的歌声里》也被评为10年间最佳金曲之一。2014年巡回演出，我回到家乡，在一座座无虚席的场馆开唱。最重要的是，台下坐着我的母亲，那个曾经极力反对我做音乐的人，此刻满是骄傲与喜悦，笑着看向我。我当时心里想，就是此刻了，再也没有比这更圆满的瞬间。我仿佛站在世界之巅，一切都顺遂无忧，未来还会有什么波折呢？2014年巡演结束2个月后，我妈妈被捕了。直到今天，她仍因那些她始终坚称无辜的罪名而被关在狱中，这彻底击垮了我。在经历多年的公众审视、谎言、不公、欺凌、死亡威胁、失去朋友、失去音乐机会之后，我从事业的最高点跌入了比我所能想象的更黑暗的境地。我感觉自己的灵魂正在消散。然后在36岁那年，2020年4月，我被诊断出患有乳腺癌。我的癌症属于浸润性，必须立刻手术切除。我开启了求生模式，拼尽一切与病魔抗争。起初短暂一瞬，我怨恨世事，自怜自伤，但这种情绪很快转化为行动。我全身心投入康复事宜，复健训练、饮食调理，走好每一步恢复之路。我无暇沉溺过往，也不去恐惧未知的未来，只专注当下。我决定要抱着把每一天当作最后一天的心态好好活下去。我人生最艰难的抉择是选择保留左乳外形，还是为长远健康切除它。我放弃外观美观，选择健康，接受单侧乳房全切术，术后不做乳房重建。手术前，我写下再多一天，一封写给左乳的告别情书。书写时我泪流不止，但写完之后内心豁然平静。我满怀爱意与感恩，做好了和他告别的准备。术后我剪短头发，模仿《阿丽塔：战斗天使》里女主的发型，以此纪念这场抗癌之战与我的康复之路。术后仅6周我就回归工作了。这张照片拍摄于我的单曲《More Than a Friend》MV 片场。我的身体恢复速度远超预期。我相信坚持植物性饮食在康复过程中起到了关键作用，但我渴望学习更多专业营养知识。我取得了康奈尔线上教育平台 eCornell 颁发的植物性饮食营养学证书。我明白了，食物既可以是慢性毒素，也能成为最强效的良药。我希望借助营养学的力量，帮助更多人恢复健康。我的生命里还有一位极好的伴侣，他总能逗我开心，细心照料我，支持我，温柔地呵护我的内心。我深爱着他，他名叫李福。没错，我还创作了一首名为 River 的歌曲，相信大家都明白这首歌是写给谁的。我深爱如今蜕变后的自己，我感恩过往所有挣扎、磨难与伤痛，正是这些经历拓宽了我的内心，让我更热烈的去爱，更深刻的共情，更主动的回馈世界。我选择善待所有人，无论昔日友人还是对立之人，众生皆值得被温柔以待，向所有人传递爱意。后续观看多部纪录片，让我看清畜牧蛋奶产业里动物承受的苦难。我创作歌曲 Savior， 呼吁人们怜悯无辜、无法为自己发声的生灵。如今我已经抗癌成功6年，身体康健，尽情享受完整人生。曾经面对家中遭遇的不公，我深陷无助，但我找到了将痛苦转化为更大力量的途径。过去6年，我投身动物权益保护事业，未来也会持续借助自己的影响力，为无法发声的弱小生命奔走发声。好的，以上是他的全文。其实这件事之后，我完全确认曲婉婷真的又蠢又坏。曲婉婷依旧认为她妈妈完全无辜，认为自己受到了网络暴力，这真是厚脸皮了。曾让哈尔滨发改委干部的张明杰，2009至2011年借国企改制土地收储受贿近1亿元，滥用职权致国有资产损失3亿余元，侵吞数百下岗职工安置活命钱。2021年1审被判无期徒刑，2审维持原判。其女曲婉婷长期滞留海外，拒不退赃，为母喊冤，引发舆论谴责。2026年7月，曲婉婷在加拿大节目上自曝得了乳腺癌，已切除了1个乳房。我去油管看了那个访谈视频，将近20分钟都是讲癌症，还说她只有1个胸了。当时担心没有人会喜欢她，在她自曝前，根本没有人知道她癌症，傻子都知道她这么自曝，没有多少人会同情。在加拿大没有，在中国没有。 他初中的时候去的加拿大，他应该知道中国传统肯定会是骂他暴力。年初也是要出新专辑，立马穿个红色的中国运动衣，然后给中国父老乡亲拜年，和当年春晚后台傲慢态度完全不一样，反而让人觉得太刻意，最后被抵制，目的性实在是太强了，就希望别人和他共情同情他。还有曲婉婷母亲案件热度第一次出圈是2016年，她母亲其实是2014年被捕的，为什么出圈了呢？就是因为2016年开始，曲婉婷反复在社交媒体上卖惨，一是说自己母亲多不容易，二是说自己的心态，她说自己的情绪很明显是更多的，再后来就是万众唾骂，因为她卖惨的反噬，因为她时不时的卖惨或者惺惺作态心疼母亲，网友一查特别恶心，可以说是卖惨越卖越被骂的代表。他总是卖惨，然后网友深究他并没有那么惨，接下来就祝他更惨了。所以网上很多人咒曲婉婷不是没有原因，完全是曲婉婷反复卖惨行为的反噬。问题来了，大部分人没法共情他，甚至他自己巅峰时期都是冷眼看人的。现在让人跟他这个贪腐官二代共，实在是太难看。从他妈被捕后，他的种种行为不但对自己没有任何益处，对自己母亲也没有任何益处，他就是又蠢又坏。
The present, I'm just stuck in the past. So then I had to be more present, and that's a journey. Like there's a lot of times where, something happens, like, Mother's Day, my birthday, like Chinese New Year's. Whenever that happens, it triggers that, memory back to like the past. So it definitely take a while for me. I went to therapy. I went to energy healing, anything you can think of. Nothing has to do with like drugs or anything. It's just my health. It's about my health. So yeah, in 2020, during COVID, I discovered a lump in my left breast. And so long story short, it went like, step by step. In the hindsight, because of COVID, it was really fast because not many people they're not allowed to go to the ER if it's not severe. So for me, it was pretty fast. It was a doctor checkup, said, check your mammogram, did that. And right away they're like, okay, we should put you on ultrasound, check that out. And they did that. They're like, okay, you need to come back in a few days. We want to do a biopsy. We did a biopsy. And within like 4 days or 5 days, I got a phone call from my doctor. And usually you don't get a phone call if it's nothing, right? So right away, my heart was just like in my throat. I'm just like, what's happening? Answered. And she just started talking. And I don't remember much what she said, but all I remember was the word tumor. And I was like, and then I'm still like, so do you mean like, does tumor mean I have cancer? And she's like, yes, that means you have cancer. And that was just like I don't know what happened. In that moment, I'm just like trying to breathe. I don't know if I breathe or not. I just like by the end of the phone call, I'm just in so much shock because I was so young. At the time, I was still like I was 35, 36, and I'm just like, how could this happen to a young person? Like I don't understand it. Like I've never heard of that. And why? Like why me? And there's a lot of questions I want answers for, but at the time I was just solely focused on, okay, what to do? What do I do next? How do I survive? So basically they scheduled a lumpectomy for me. It was successful. However, after the surgery, they did more testing around the tissue of the tumor, and the tissues had more non-invasive cancer cells. The one that's in the tumor is the invasive one. And that's why they scheduled me really quick. Like during COVID, it's like, okay, nobody's there. She goes. And so they scheduled me really quick, did the first surgery. No one was there with me because of COVID. I had to go through everything by myself. I do have 2 friends that was really close to me that was outside. See, that's a moment I'm like, I need my family. I miss my family. Anyways, my friends are from my family now. And then they found 70% of my breast is cancerous. After the first lumpectomy, they did more testing. They sent me for another MRI. And I asked them to do both my boobs now. Okay, just do both. Like if I have problems, just take them. Like I want to survive. I want to live.
Right.
And they said your other boob is fine, but this boob is 70% cancerous cells. If we do another lumpectomy, you're going to have a deformed boob. So if you don't want that, we should just take the entire breast tissue and we do a reconstructive surgery and put a plastic bag in you. And I thought about that and I was like, okay, first of all, yes, mastectomy, full mastectomy, take the breast tissue out. 2, do I want to put another plastic bag in my body, which potentially can cause other type of cancers, like for your lymph nodes? And also it's a foreign object in your body and your body is going to reject it for the rest of your life. And it's not rest of your life that the bag can stay. It's only every 10 to 15 years, you have to open the wound, take the old bag out, put a new bag in. It's just like non-stopping potential taking bomb and more like health damaging stuff in your body. Why would I want that? Like in theory, I don't want that, right? But in reality, it's like it's basically an amputation. Like do I want to cut my entire breast off and just have no breast now? Like if I don't have the bag? So it was a dilemma I had back and forth to myself. And then in the end, I really valued my health. I didn't want to take something toxic away from my body, losing my breast, and then put another toxic thing in. So in the end, I decided to go with flat closure, meaning no reconstructive surgery for a boob-looking thing. But I did end up with having a plastic surgeon to close in nicely, because sometimes the cancer surgeon doesn't necessarily do the closing well. Yeah, so we had a flat closure. But before I made that decision, I wrote a song called 9 More Days. And 9 More Days was because in 9 more days, I'm going to that surgery. So but this song is about a love letter to something you really love and you don't want to let go, but you know it's no longer serving you. It's not good for you anymore. You just have to say goodbye to them, and you're fighting for your life. You're going to love this new version of you're going to love this new version of your body. And to me, my most worry at the time, because I was still kind of like, not married, doesn't have kids. I was like, is any person's going to love me because now I'm missing a boob? And I told myself, I said, if someone doesn't love you just because you're missing a boob, then that's not someone you want to be with. Because I also don't associate my femininity with having two boobs. Like I can still present myself and be myself, have that feminine side without having one boob. Like missing one boob is to me, I convince myself that it's okay. It's okay. You're going to live and you're going to enjoy life. And that's the most important thing. And you're going to find someone who's going to love you for who you are. That's the reason why I'm sharing this story now, is because my album is out. This song is out there. I want everybody who need this song to give them a little support, a little like comfort, and just like a little hug. And just want people to know that, and to be honest, I wrote the song in a very subtle way so that you are not going to know it's about it's not a love letter for my boob. It's a song about just saying goodbye to something you love so much, but it's toxic to you and it's no longer helping you anymore. It's killing you and you need to let go. And so, yeah, I want to share this story now just because I think so many women, or even like family members, if you don't have boobs, if you're a guy, but you probably know women who suffer from breast cancer, they might benefit from listening to the song. And, I just want to be out there to help people. And I was very lucky that after the surgery is done, they took my fascia out and they tested everything. It's all contained. Like it hasn't spread into my lymph nodes. They took 2 of my lymph nodes out. I had to do a bunch of like physiotherapy because if you don't use this part of your body, once it's after the surgery, you can lose the mobility. So I was very strict at every 2 hours. I need to stretch. I need to go out. And so if you actually look at my social media, if you see my hair, my bob cut hair, those are the days after my surgery, because I was like, okay, I can't deal with my long hair now. I need to cut it. And also just a way of be like, here I come. Like, I'm so strong. Like, I really love the movie Alita, the Battle Angel. And I was like, you know what? Just be like a strong chick now. Like I need to fight for my life. I need to fight for me, for the women in the world, for like, be strong. So if anybody wants to scroll down on my Instagram, you can tell when is the moment that I had surgery. And then from there and on, it's just a recovery. I didn't end up having radiation or chemo because nothing has spread elsewhere. But I was asked to get on estrogen blocker, which is tamoxifen. But I declined because I learned so much about how did a young woman get to this point. Because like you can try to fix the problem just by like removing it, sure. But like what's stopping this coming back? And how did I even get here? I had so many questions. So I asked all these questions on my own. I mean, I asked my doctors too, but like no one really could explain this to me. I don't have the breast cancer gene in my family. We tested out. Nothing could explain this except the years of stress prior and the diet, the food I was eating. And so I looked more into it, and I truly believe that it's because of the dairy products and the meat products that I was intaking. I signed myself up into this program called plant-based nutrition. I have a certificate in that now, and I know how to take care of myself and not let extra estrogen enter my body, which is all from animal products. I didn't know that. Now I know all animal products have estrogen, and no plant-based product has estrogen. But soy has phytoestrogen. Sorry, I'm going into more detail of like diet and food. I'm a nerd in that now because of what I've been through. But anyways, 1 more day was about that.